play some games. So wait, turn the volume on my computer down a smidge. So yeah, we got a deck that I've been playing around with for a bit. It's this one. We're gonna play Historic Event with it, and I'll go ahead and review it here in a moment. All right, so what is this deck? This deck is about. So I've been enjoying the presence of Emerakul because I always liked him as a win condition, and it actually helps this deck out a lot. So I'm still kind of fine tuning this deck, but this is how I've been running it. So what is the point of this deck? The point of this deck is we run the best Manifest Dread spells that we can get, and then we run a bunch of bombs. We also run Shifting Woodlands because we have a pretty good variety of different card types, even though it's counter-intuitive with Emerakul. Like, this is definitely a bit of a non-bow, but it's still worth running them. So the idea of this deck is that we want to manifest one of our bombs face down and then flip it using one of our flicker spells. So you've got 4 Essence Flux and 4 Splash Portal and 4 Noxious Revival. So the reason I've been running this is to A, combat graveyard decks, and B, because we're doing so much manifesting, we can often hit a scenario where you would say, like, hit a flicker spell and an Emerakul. So you put the flicker spell in your graveyard, you put the Emerakul face down, and then you can Noxious Revival the flicker back to the top of your library and draw it to flip the Emerakul. This is kind of debatable. You could swap this out for, like, Teferi's Time Twist or another flicker spell, but then you have no recourse against graveyard decks. So it's kind of a trade-off. So 4 Essence Flux, 4 Splash Portal, 4 Noxious Revival, 4 Verdant Dread, which can sometimes win the game on its own. 4 Growing Dread is just a flash enchantment. Whenever you turn a permanent face up, put a 1/1 counter on it. This is better than any other kind of flash manifest spell because it's an enchantment, so it's a different card type for Shifting Woodland. Unnatural Summons. If you're on the draw, you can play this for 2 mana on turn 2. If you're on the play, it's a 3 mana spell, but this manifests twice because it has Rebound. 4 Atraxa, 4/1 with the Multiverse, 4 Omniscience, 4 Emerakul the Aeon's Torn, 1 Cephalid Coliseum, 3 Island, 1 Otawara, 2 Beseiju, 1 Forest, 4 Shifting Woodlands, 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Prismatic Vista. So I switched. I was running this in a green, blue, white shell with what is it? Ephemerate, which is good, but it is hard to fit Shifting Woodlands into a tricolor shell. And I do think the Shifting Woodlands is worth it, so we kind of downgraded one of our flicker spells and added Noxious Revival. There might be a way to fit it, I just haven't really found a great way to do it yet. But I've had pretty good luck with the deck. I'm like rank, I don't know, 400 or something. So let's see how it does in an event. So basically with this, we want to mulligan away from hands that have lots of win conditions, and we ideally want a hand that can flicker at least once. So this is basically a 5 card hand because we have Emerakul and Omniscience, but we also have Verdant Dread and Essence Flux and some good lands, so I'll probably keep this. No, we don't do it. So another thing I've thought about is Gemstone Caverns, because we can't do, like, this deck doesn't have any turn 1 plays. So Gemstone Caverns might actually be worthwhile. And we want to prioritize blue mana if we've already got green mana. plays the Light Pause. Best draw here would probably be a Flicker, but because we have the Shifting Woodlands, we are just going to play a tap land and flicker this Verdant Dread here to try and hit our... I want to see if he tries it. If he blocks. Because we can always flicker if he expended his resources. Flicker this. This is going to manifest twice and get an instant in our graveyard. So now we're 2 and 4. We will play one with the Multiverse to our graveyard since we want to Shifting Woodlands here. Damn, we need a sorcery. Or anything else to go to our graveyard. Do we have a land? Okay, we do. We don't want Emerakul to die here, because it would clear our graveyard, and our goal here right now is to Shifting Woodlands, one with the Multiverse Emerakul swing. We can jump with the... We can jump with the island here. Oh, never mind, he can fly, so we just are probably on a 2-turn clock now. Which means we're probably dead. Well, no, he took Ghost Form, which does not increase the clock any, so we're fine with that. It's a shame that we didn't hit better on our mills. Yeah, this is not looking good. We can't block this anymore, so we might as well swing. I think this is just death. Make him have it, but yeah. So that's just kind of an example of getting unlucky, I think. If our mill was a little bit better there, if we'd hit like a Trexa or any of our sorcery, we could have hit Threshold and been able to Shifting Woodlands, the one with the Multiverse, and then we could have played Omniscience, the other one with the Multiverse, and Emerakul, and that's just, you win, basically, when that happens. Though, the cool thing about this deck is it's really taking full advantage of all the text on Emerakul with the other deck that can get him out with a hasty swing. Is like, we don't get him with haste, but that's fine, because we hard cast him. Or flip him at the end of the opponent's turn. So it's effectively still got haste, because you're either getting an extra turn or you're flipping him at the end of the opponent's turn. Okay, so again, we have Noxious Revival, we have Unnatural Summons, 2 Omniscience is not good, but we do have Blaze, so we'll probably keep this. But we actually get to keep, like, take advantage of the fact that Emerakul gives us an extra turn when you cast him a lot with this deck, which is cool. We're Shifting Woodlands first, since it comes in taps. Next turn we have Natural Summons. We have Noxious Revival. There's a kind of a trick to using this alongside this card. On and on, looks like red-white energy. Boring. Boring. So we just go ahead and cast this here. So if we set a breakpoint in our upkeep next turn, once we get to opponent's turn, we'll do that. We can wait for this to re-trigger and then Noxious Revival before we draw. But if I were to use this right now, it would just get milled by the rebound spell here. Okay, don't care about a naked Ocelot Pride with no backup. We will take the 2. Okay, does land. Plays a 1-mana spell. Alright, so yeah, right here. So we let this go off. It's a Verdant Dread. Is there anything in here that we want? I mean, kind of. We could take... We could just take... Unnatural Summons again. What's this? Verdant Dread, Verdant Dread. I think it's worth it to just take Unnatural Summons again. I could flip that, but I'm not going to because it's just it increases our enchantment, our threshold for this. And B, we're just gonna cast this again anyway. Yep, we want the Omniscience here. I'm using these at the end of our turn instead of like responsibly when we flicker is good for us anyway. So if we get a chance to flicker, we'll get Omniscience down. If he kills it, we'll have Threshold, we'll just need a land. He still can't attack with Ocelot. So no life gain. How much do we... I don't care. 2 damage is fine. He probably has another kill spell. It's very much feeling like another Galvanic Blast. Yeah, do that. Perfect. That's an Omniscience. Alright, do we have anything good here? Not really, unfortunately. So we're basically just in a holding pattern. Don't think he's going to have the means to deal with triple Omniscience, but we do need to draw some kind of payoff spell. So we need either Emerakul or Atraxa. I think I'm going to triple block the Voice. That way, even if he has removal, it would be fine. And I think we actually just want to draw. Splash Ball. Okay. Manifest Emerakul face down. no attacks. We are going to want the flicker spell here. We can force him to sacrifice at the very least. Alright, sure. We triple block the Ocelot Pride here. We're gonna have less creatures so that he has to sacrifice valuable shit. If he wants to save the Amped Raptor, he has to sack 2 things. So unfortunately... Okay, if he sacks here... Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to kill the other card before it died, but he did. So if I'm thinking, so if I Noxious Revival Essence Flux, or I could do one with the I think it's one with the multiverse. I think it's the multiverse, because this is going to allow us to play from the top of our deck. Yeah, for sure. Goblin Bombardment this motherfucker. Alright, so this. And this is kind of what I was talking about, in that we actually get to fully take advantage of Emerakul. Like, we hard cast it, so it's uncounterable and gives us an extra turn when it happens. So, like, basically, if you hard cast Emerakul, it's usually game over. But we also have the ability to ephemerate it, or not ephemerate, but Essence Flux it on the end of the opponent's turn sometimes. Okay, so we're on the draw. This hand is fine on the draw. We have Noxious Revival to get back any flicker spells we mill, and 4 shots at milling something good. Omniscience in our hand is not ideal, but we can use this, so take it. Noxious Revival is relevant here now, because opponent, and we drew the Essence Flux, so we don't need it for that anymore. So now we're just purely using this as a hate card against opponent's strategy. We want opponent to churn here. Like, we would ideally not have to immediately use this, but we will if we have to. Unfortunately, we had to use it, so we have to go in. Out of these two, Omniscience is the one that can win us the game on the spot, so we will actually discard the Emerakul. So opponent either has the means to go off again here. He tapped wrong, if he doesn't have additional black mana, that is. If he has it, he's got it. Unlucky. Let's see what he picks. He might pick something that still has some RNG component to it, but we're likely just dead. Aaron's Epiphany, Breach, and Verdant. What's already in the graveyard? Conspiracy Unraveler. So we're looking at 10 damage and 10 or more. So he just put this back. This would kill us on the spot. He has to hit with the Breach. So we'll see what he hits. If he doesn't hit another Scholar, then the loop ends. Didn't hit another Scholar. He did hit our Emerakul. So we are dead. Unfortunate. Like, I mean, I don't know what else we're supposed to do. We have the hate card. He just has multiple redundancies in his hand. Like, basically the perfect fucking hand for that deck. And on our next turn, we would have won the game. So it's like, what are you gonna do? You know? If he had had to churn one more turn to go off, we would have been fine. But the fact that he was able to do it back-to-back on turn 2 and 3 means that, like, there's, like, we would have had to have 2 hate cards. And we didn't, so we lose, I guess. This is fine. Redundancies on our flicker spells and instant cast creatures. We'll give her runes. Here we go. We need to hit good here. No haste yet. He could either grab haste or buff it further. Okay, he grabs haste. He can't block it anyway. Man, we got really unlucky with this run. Just a lot of bullshit. Alright, let's roll the dice. We get a roll twice. But we do need something good. That is something good. That is also something good. Alright, I think we actually win. Oopsie poopsie. You're dead. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast this off the top so that we can go ahead and get our extra turn. But yeah, he's dead. I can always cast the Omniscience on our next turn. Annoying ass motherfucking decks. I'm kind of salty about losing to the Persist Reanimator combo deck when we had a hate spell. You know what I should have done? I know it. I should have let him go off. I should have let him go off the first time, and I should have exiled the Emergent Ultimatum instead. And I think that would have been better than the way it played out. So this is actually kind of an interesting quandary here. We could use Noxious Revival to guarantee a land next turn so we can start on natural summonings. I think that's what we're going to do. Because that allows us to start the kind of ground and pound route. this lets us go ahead and get an army. Opponent appears to be on some kind of white life gain aggro, which should, having the ground clogged up should help us, hopefully. I mean, it could also be angels, I guess. What do you want to disenchant? Okay, sure. And put Essence Flux in the graveyard so that if we draw another... Alright, that's good. So now we want to look at types. Oh, well, that's an easy decision. So so what do we need? We need a land. So we hit a land, we get Woodlands online, and we have Atraxa in hand. Oh, it's equipment. Okay, I see. So land, please. Perfect. We already have Beseiju, so we'll put that. And then we can just Omni. Traxa. Emerakul. Omni. Woodlands. Unnatural Summons. Pretty sure that's going to be the game right there. That's how it's supposed to work. I do like this deck. Again, this is a deck that I would consider like a A tier. It's very interactable because you're having to flicker your creatures, but you can do it at instant speed in some cases, which is the primary advantage of going white, is that you have more instant speed flicker spells. But it does very powerful things. It wins the game on the spot. A lot of the time, you're casting Emerakul, hard casting Emerakuls, and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, we'll take this hand. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. Hello. We'll play Shifting Woodlands first because we don't have a turn 1 play, and then we'll Verdant Dread. We need more Manifest Dread and less flickering. Alright, Scavenging Ooze means that we're probably unlikely to be able to do the flicker strategy, or the woodlands, shifting woodland strategy. Do you want to eat my graveyard? I would love for you to spend mana on my graveyard instead of killing my face-down creature. My little innocuous face-down creature, sure. Oh, that's amazing, because now we can flicker. We, at the very least, are getting Omniscience. Alright, and now we don't care about you messing with my lands. It literally doesn't matter. Blow up my lands, please. Oh, does that like Eldrazi Panza? can just cast it again. Artifact, enchantment, or land. So he blows up our Omniscience, which is fine because we still have one with the multiverse. Let's cast this without doing it for free. Oh yeah, we want that. Oh yeah, there we go. Omniscience, Essence Flux, Natural Summons, Breeding Pool, and then we will chuck this in. Do I want to use this even? I mean, I guess Omniscience is good. Kill this. Okay. Trying to Ponza me. I don't think it's gonna work this time. I should have just fluxed Atraxa. I could have kept going off. I'm a dingus. Sure. I have triple Atraxa under cards. There it is. I have all 4 Atraxas. That's crazy. Alright, well. I'm just gonna cast this guy right here. And let's find out who's really getting Ponza'd. Adam. So, you know, we started off this set with some really bad luck, but then we got to run a good luck. This deck is very RNG. If you don't hit with your fucking, it's like, what if you could fill a deck with 2 mana, draw 2 spells, and flicker spells, but you could use the flicker spells to cast the draw 2 spells. So like, let's mulligan this, and this, and this. Okay, it's gonna have to do. We don't have anything until turn 3. I probably should have played the tap land, I guess. We could just be dead very, very quickly, so... Yeah, play the tap land. probably dead next turn. Okay, so in this situation, we want to do this. Okay, we didn't hit. So is it worth another Shifting Woodlands and start going for the like graveyard variant? I don't think so. But we're gonna die if we don't do something very quickly. Okay, so here's the question. Do we flicker this, knowing that we're spending our flicker spell? Or do we just chump whatever the biggest thing is? Well, we can't chump anything. So we're taking the damage. So... okay. I think we're more likely to draw an untapped land than we are to draw another Essence Flux. Why did you do that? What? Oh, I guess he's going up to a 4? Alright. Yep. We're definitely dead next turn, by the way. Alright, let's see if we would have won. I mean, yeah, probably. If we'd had a better hand. He has to show us any spell, and we lose. Doesn't matter what the spell is, we're just dead. Yeah, alright. Dead. So, yeah. But 4 and 3 is essentially breaking even. We lose 75 gems, but we get a pack. Alright, let's play one more with it. And I might see what I can do about a tricolor mana base for this. Because, like, the cool thing about the one that has Ephemerate is, like, Ephemerate is the best flicker spell by, like, a lot. Yeah, let's go. One more. Ban this guy real quick. Dread, Splash Portal, Emerakul. We don't have green mana. Okay. This is probably better. Although Emerakul is good here. Like, if there's anything you want in your hand for when you go off, Emerakul is the best one, because it's the one that wins the game immediately. Put the Boseiju down. We have back-to-back Verdant Dread, which is really strong. And we have flicker spells, so this looks pretty good. Might even Splash Portal that and Verdant Dread again next turn. Nope, don't need to. There's Omniscience. Flickering land here could But we can do it instant speed for free right now, so there's no need to do it. Angel spells are cheaper. Alright, so Angels. Angels versus, like, Eldritch Horror Abomination. Flying Spaghetti Monster. Neither of these are useful. That's useful, though. Brutal. I did have fun in the bench. So this deck has about an even balance between flicker targets, flicker spells, and manifest dread spells. And what you gotta do is you want a hand that's like more flicker and manifest dread spells and less payoff targets. So that's how you mulligan with this deck. If you have a bunch of payoff targets in your hand, and also you want to be able to do something. Like, don't take a hand that won't let you flicker something on like turn 2 or 3, or it'd be turn 3. But like, don't take a hand that doesn't have like something. Ooh. Doing the omnicolor version of this would give access to Ephemerate, the ability to cast your bombs if the game drags on too. So this is fine because we're on the, this is like the best card to have on the draw basically. So we keep this. We have Noxious Dread to grab back a flicker spell if we need to. Tap land. I mean, if we hit, alright, what is this? Dreadhorde Arcanist? Nope. Slick Shot. I don't care if he kills this, we kind of want him to. Oh, we need to set a stop here. So we're going to cast a spell, and we're going to stop before our draw. And see if we need to Noxious Revival or anything. Yep. Omega Prowess Slick Shot show off. We're probably just dead. Okay. I actually do like there's a version of this Wizards deck going around that I quite like, and I think opponent might be on it, that uses Surgical's main board too. So like Illuminating Lash is insane when you have Surgical. Is like kill something, exile it, and all copies of it, and draw a card. Yep, we take it. Alright. Let's see what we get. Ugh. Alright, let's see if you can get around this. Alright. I mean, he might have enough burn to just kill us. That's not gonna do it, though. I could Noxious Revival here. No. He gets to scry, so it's pointless. Double pump spells might be enough to make it big enough to kill the Emerakul too. No, no. No, I'm afraid not. Not enough. Not enough. It needed to be like double burn spell to the face, holding more burn spells, so that you just need to draw a land. That would have been like if he double 3'd us and put us at 2, then I would have still been afraid because he could have drawn a land and just bolted us. And so like the fucking yeah, having a double draw there is like But there's a version of Wizard's Deck. It runs that Illuminating Lash. It runs Surgical Extraction. It runs Dreadhorde Arcanist and the spell that gives haste and draws a card. So that you can like turn 1 haste, turn 2 Dreadhorde Arcanist, recast it. To turn 3 you play like 2 little hasty prowess critters and they just die. So, okay. Hear me out. We have something to do, and if we ever draw a flicker spell, we're probably going to have hit, because this is 2, 4, 5 manifestation. Okay, yeah, let's keep it. Wait, why am I lagging? Alright, so like we're gonna cast Unnatural Summons and just get a train of those rolling and play aggro style until we hit. We also have Shifting Woodland here, so that's good too. Okay, so we play this first. Holy shit. We can generate infinity 2/2s. Okay, we don't care. I mean, it sucks for this, but that's not our primary way of winning the game. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. So I think it's gotta be the Omni. I'd say we went off pretty good this time. Like, if we go over the top. Sure. I usually take anything that allows me to, like, manifest and has a flipper spell in it. Noxious Revival's good here too. So we're just gonna turn 2 Verdant Dread. Turn 3, hopefully we can Essence Flux something. Okay, opponent on Reanimator. But we're on the play this time, so we have a better shot. But we do need a hit here. It's not a hit. So you got in here? Okay. Just 2 dudes. Sure. Okay. This is a land, right? Yeah. So, I wonder if we need to flicker that to be able to Verdant Dread. I mean, right now we're just gonna fucking stop him from reanimating. If we were able to activate the Coliseum, then we could get set up to go with the land strategy pretty nicely here. Alright, so we have to counter that. What would he get back? Emergent Ultimatum? We could also let him have the creature and get rid of the... Nah, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Just go ahead and put that on top of your deck instead. I don't think I'm gonna flex here. Okay, I'm glad I didn't. This is another shot for us to just win. Bam, we do it. Hell yeah. Alright. GG. Very dead opponent. Stall him just long enough with a Noxious Revival. Alright, Snorneron. This is not good. So pay off, pay off, pay off. We do have the ability to flicker, but we don't have the lands, and it's turn 3, so this is a bad hand. This has 1 land, so we literally just can't take it. This is all payoffs, so we don't want that. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do it like that then. This is really sketchy. That was just a bad series of luck there. Like I said, we have roughly the same. We have 3 types of cards in our deck: Flicker spells, Manifest Red spells, and Palms. We have about the same amount of each one. You want 2 of the 3 in your hand, and the other ones in your deck is basically how this works. Shifting Woodland is good. So there's not too much point in us growing Dreading right now because we wouldn't be able to Noxious Revival it until we wouldn't be able to flicker it till next turn. So we just wait. If he blows a kill spell on this, we're perfectly happy with that because we. Alright, so sure. We're in exactly the same situation we were in before. There's a little bit less chance of Shifting Woodland working, but like the situation is equivalent. Do I want the land? If we hit 5 lands, we can start Verdant Dreading. I'm going to bounce this. So now the question is, I don't think so. Sowing Microspawn to kill the Shifting Woodlands. So we're pretty screwed here now, I think. We had to mulligan down too far. We would need, like, it basically takes us 2 turns to get back in this, and we have to draw, like, exactly the right thing. Alright, that's one of the things we would need. We need a land. A forest. Okay, sure. Yep. That's the right one. Sure. Now, I will say, if we hit a land here, a forest, nope, not a forest, we're dead. Because this is a 2-turn clock, and we would need 2 turns to get out of this, so yeah, we're dead. Alright, come on. I mean, okay. So pros of this hand, we're able to do the thing. If we hit, and our deck is loaded with Omniscience, and like they're all in the deck, Omniscience, and we have double Emerakul. So if we get one, we just win on the spot. I think we'll keep it. We'll keep it. So Vista first, Forest, end of his turn, Growing Dread, Splash Portal. Hopefully, just win the game. Just fucking Eldrazi, Eldrazi, Eldrazi. We don't want to be drawing these. Like, it would have been, if this was 1 card lower, man. No, 2 cards lower. If this was 2 cards lower, we would have been in really good shape. Okay, Noxious Revival is also good. So opponent basically taps out. Okay, so I think this is correct. Alright. So we have a plan for next turn. I don't think he has K command. It didn't feel like it. Okay. And that's pretty good. I'll take that. Double Emerakul. Got him. Yeah, so usually you take anything with a 2 mana manifest and a flicker spell most of the time, but the hand gets better as the number of like bombs in it decrease. You want all your bombs in your deck, and you want all your flicker and manifest red in your hand. Like, this is fine. I'll take this. It's actually pretty good. So we go tap land, untap land, into his turn, Growing Dread, Essence Flux, or Verdant Dread, depending on if we hit or not. So something like this. Another fucking Eldrazi player. Alright. Eldrazi, the lands they've printed for Eldrazi, like, they should have never printed this. They should have never printed the other 2 mana land. I'm sorry, they're ridiculous. The fact that you can, like, manifest red into more mana than you started with is ridiculous. Okay, so there is, however, an exception to this plan, and that's if we draw this, because this is effectively 2 hits. And, like, even if he kills this one, we'll be doing it again at the start of the next turn. So we definitely want to cast this now. And Splash Portal is better in our graveyard, so we'll take the land. And this can be hopefully our decoy. Make him deal with this. We really want land, actually, right now. Play Verdant Dread. No hits, so all of this is expendable. Sure. What will you exile? Okay, sure. So in this case, we're definitely going to do this. Cast this. There's Emerakul. No attacks. We can flicker Emerakul and take out the Devourer next turn. Okay, love it. It's great. Does nothing either. Okay, there we go. lets us reshuffle. Dead. 2 extra turns. Double Annihilator 6. Attacking for like 40 in the air with lifelink and death touch. Immune to spells. It's kind of fun because it's like simultaneously like a shitty graveyard deck with the woodlands in it. It's like it's not as strong as like a deck that's purely devoted to that, but it still does that like in the background, and in the foreground it's like a flicker creature deck. I don't like this hand. We don't have a way to go off on turn 3, and we have 2 payoffs. It's all payoffs. Let's run it like this. Alright, intercept. I might have to use this as a counter spell for some graveyard shenanigans. Yep. Alright, but we do want to break point on our next upkeep, just in case. We mill a flicker spell, it may make sense for us to use it. Alright, looting. And gaze. Sure. Love it. Because if we were to hit... I mean, a flicker would be our best hit. And I don't know if it's even worth it to like go off immediately. Like we could always do it at the end of I'm super sketched out by this. Let's just draw. We're gonna take a defensive posture for now. I might have made a mistake there because like we could have had Emerakul, but if he can go off, then we would just die because we wouldn't be able to attack with it yet. Yeah, sure. We have the ability to play this like a little control-y because we can like tempo. We were attacking for 4 next turn, or 6 next turn, if he doesn't do anything, or even if he does. You got spell piercing here, bro. Love it. You don't expose this to potential surgical. You know his spell pierce, so we just pay. That's not good. He topped. It could be a death, though. Okay, so our best bet is flipping the Atraxa. Because we're more likely to hit more Noxious Revivals. Hang on. We have an Omniscience. We have an Island. We don't need the Atraxa, we need the Emerakul. Okay. And then we just... Omniscience. Got it. Yeah, so like our best bet was Atraxa there, for sure. Hey! 7-1. Hell yeah. Make bank. We went 4-3 and 7-1. That's kind of cool text there. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. And he's a 3-2 or a 2-1 with haste. That's pretty good. Turns other than yours cost 3 more. Turn all non-land permanent surrounders' hands in a turn. That would be fun in like a certain type of deck. Two mythics. 16 rare. Alright, I'm gonna get some lunch. Later.